All right, welcome to week 2 of Everyday Sacred with me, Laura. And this week I really want to focus on tradition, okay? Tradition and ritual. So this really came to light for me when I had my children. I have 2 really young kids. And I'm so always blown away by how much they love ritual and tradition and routine. Okay, they're obsessed with it. Holidays, little tea parties that we have, all the little things that we do right before bed, even just the way we brush their teeth is so important to them and gives them so much comfort and joy and also a sense of groundedness. Okay, in order to stay grounded, they need these regular routines that are often a little bit mystical in order to be happy. And seeing this in their eyes has really shown me how much I've missed it in my life. And the little traditions and rituals that I do have, I've now amplified as a way to bring me more constancy and joy. So let's talk about that a little bit. So some routines, traditions, rituals that you can incorporate into your life include tea ceremonies. Or for me, I used to love tea, but now becoming a mother, I'm a hardcore coffee drinker. So every morning when I wake up, I have a tall glass of water and then I take out my favorite coffee mug that I made. And I make myself Americano misto with a little bit of collagen and coconut creamer in there. And that's something that I do every single morning, and it brings me a sense of peace. Now, when I go into my studio space here, something I do right away is light incense. So I light a stick of my favorite incense, and that smell instantly brings me into a state of calm and pleasure. It's like a sensory indication that now is the time for me to relax, breathe deeply, and come into my own body because this is a time for me. So these 2 little rituals that I do pretty much every day are so gratifying in a way that allows me to express just peace and calm and wonder on a daily basis. So it doesn't have to be like going to church or hiking to the top of a mountain. It's as simple as just little things within my house that I do to bring me comfort and joy. I encourage you to find this in your own practice. So create a ritual around your yoga practice. And for so many people, I know that's overwhelming. Sometimes, oh my gosh, I don't have an hour every day to fit yoga in. But even if it's like 10 minutes before bed with your legs up the wall or a little bit of breath work, that can be super powerful all on its own. It also doesn't need to be every day. You can have this ritual once a week. I do a ritual every Sunday night where I do like an Ayurvedic scrub where I scrub my body down with just a wet washcloth as a way to cleanse and prepare for the week ahead. So it could be, a yoga practice every Sunday night. Really, it's a way of making the ritual fit your lifestyle, not trying to make your life fit the ritual. If you do it that way, it's not going to work out. You're going to be angry and frustrated, and it won't be sustainable. So we have to look at our lives and figure out how we can incorporate little bits and pieces of tradition and ritual as a way to bring us present and bring us comfort and joy. Okay, let's do our practice. So find a comfortable seated position. As always, whatever that looks like for you. Actively ground through the sits bones as you grow really tall through the spine. Align shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Close your eyes. And allow your breath to deepen. As you come into the breath, rather than me teaching you a specific type of breath, we will get to that later in this series. Instead, go home to yourself and figure out what would feel best in my body right now. When I practice yoga, where do I like to go with my breath? And maybe this is the beginning of a new ritual for you. So every time you practice yoga, you go home to this type of breath. And that could be as simple as inhaling 2, 3, 4, exhaling 2, 3, 4. For me, for many years, it was Dirga Pranayam. So inhale, low belly, mid chest, upper chest. Exhale, let it all go. So a few rounds of Dirga, and I felt set on my mat. So go home to your breath, one that works for you. And use that breath as a way to ground yourself in this moment right here. And use that breath as a way to clear the mind, essentially wiping the slate clean so that you can create space for the practice of yoga to land. Let's take one more deep breath here. And let your eyes open and find a cross-legged seated position if you're not already there. Let's walk the hands forward on our mat and sink the chest down towards the floor. And walk the hands back in. Switch the cross of your legs so the opposite leg is in front. And then walk the hands back out. Again, walk your hands back in. And then take your right hand to the floor beside you. Sweep the left arm up and over, keeping the left sit bone grounded. And inhale up. And exhale, switch to the other side. And again, inhale, reach. And exhale, side bend. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, side bend. Inhale all the way up. Come forward onto your hands and your knees in table. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll take the hips back towards the heels and right away circle your hips to the right, up towards the front edge of your mat, over to the left, and back to your heels. So you're making giant circles with your hips. Now be sure to do some circles in the opposite direction as well. And then come back to neutral table. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. And let this finding of downward dog be a ritual in and of itself. So you know what to do. Maybe pedal out the heels or shift the hips a little. Maybe come up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, stick the bum out behind you, and then sink the heels towards the floor. So find your way of coming into this posture that makes it feel like home to you. Now look forward to your hands. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. And keeping the knees soft, slowly curl up to standing vertebra by vertebra. Head and neck last to arrive. Once you are standing, make your way to the top of the mat. Ground the feet either together or hip width apart, root down. Take the shoulders back and down and open your palms at your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up into the air, palms touch. Exhale, dive forward. Take your hands all the way down to your mat. Inhale, rise up halfway, back is flat. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back to plank position. And look forward, shift forward to the tips of your toes. Keep your elbows close to your chest and lower, either all the way or halfway, your choice. Tops of the feet come to the mat. Back bend into cobra or upward dog, shoulders back. Exhale, belly to spine, lift the hips, press back, downward facing dog. Now look forward to your hands and walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, back is flat. Exhale, fold around your back, hands to the mat. Inhale, arms reach for the sky, come all the way up to standing, palms touch. Then exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, dive forward, hands come down to the floor. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step back plank. Look forward, shift forward, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Look forward to your hand, step, walk, or jump the feet forward. Lift your head and your chest, back is flat. Exhale, fold around your back. Inhale, arms reach for the sky, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Once more, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back. Look forward, shift forward, lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward to your hand, step, walk, or jump the feet forward. Lift your head and your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your arms up into the air, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a big step back, please, with your right foot. Bend the left knee, right toes point towards the long edge of your mat. Open the arms wide and turn your gaze past your left fingertips in warrior two. Now bend your left elbow, place your left forearm on your thigh, and sweep your right arm alongside the right side of your head. Gaze looks out underneath the right arm. And you might take your left hand down to the inside of your left foot if that feels safe. Draw the tailbone towards the pubic bone and lengthen the left side of your waist. Inhale, let the right hand carry you all the way up to warrior two. Exhale, flip your left palm to face up. Slide the right hand down the right leg and reach the left arm up and back, keeping the deep bend in your left knee. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift the chest, slide the shoulders down, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, left shoulder inside of the left knee. Reach your arms up and over to the best of your ability as you reach the top of your head for the floor. Release the clasp of your hands. Take your left hand a couple of inches in front of the left baby toe. Transfer your weight forward into your left foot and lift your right leg off the mat. And we want the left hand to be underneath the left shoulder. Stack the right hip on top of the left and then raise your right arm up into the air for balancing half moon. Flex your right foot so the outer edge of the foot is parallel with the ceiling. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now either continue to stay here or bend the right knee It might help to bring that knee in towards your chest. Grab onto the outer edge of your right foot with your right hand, and then kick into that right hand for artichoke asana, sugarcane pose. Think about finding a back bend here so you can open your chest up towards the ceiling. And for more of a challenge, maybe even look up. Again, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both hands to the floor. Place your right foot beside your left foot. Sit down low, chair pose, and then take the hands to the heart center. Feet are together, but you can separate the heels a little. This can prevent the ankle bones from hitting. Bum drops down towards the floor. Reach your chest forward towards the hands. And breath in. As you exhale, twist to the right, hooking your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms together, bring out your spine. Gaze looks past the right shoulder, and you might even open up the arms here. See if you can get your bum lower than your head. And bring the palms together, release the twist, but stay in chair pose. Another breath in. And then exhale, twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Palms pressed together, bring out your spine. And then once you're here, option to open the arms. Hands come back together, release the twist, back to chair pose. And then slowly straighten the legs and release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, arms sweep up into the air. Exhale, dive forward, hands come down to the floor. Inhale, rise up halfway, back is flat. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, plank position. Look forward, shift forward, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now look forward to your hands. Step, walk, or jump the feet forward. Lift your head and your chest, back is flat. Exhale, fold, round your back. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up into the air, palms touch. And exhale, hands to heart. Big step back, please, with the left foot. Find warrior 2, second side. So right knee bends, open your arms wide. Bend your right elbow, place your forearm on your thigh, sweep the left arm alongside the left side of your head, and perhaps take your right hand down to the inside of your right foot if you want more. Now inhale, left hand pulls you all the way up. Keep the deep bend in your right knee. Exhale, flip your right palm to face up. Slide the left hand down the left leg as you reach the right arm up and back. Inhale, come all the way back up, warrior 2. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, but this time take the opposite grip, so opposite pinkies on top. Inhale, lift the chest, slide the shoulders down, look up. Exhale, hinge forward, right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Reach the arms up and over and reach the top of your head for the floor. Release this grip with your hands and walk your right hand again in front of the right pinky toe. Transfer your weight forward into your right foot. Lift the left leg. Roll the left hip on top of the right and peel the left fingertips up into the air. Now again, continue to stay here, or if it's available, bend your left knee, catch the outside of your left foot or ankle, and then kick into that hand and lean back. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Both hands to the floor. Place your left foot directly beside your right foot. Bend the knees. Feet together, hands together at your heart. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Now find your alignment, sit down. And even in these postures that we mostly don't like, let there be some ritual to coming into it. So you've done this before, you know where to go. Place your hands, mindfully place your feet. Breath in. Exhale, twist to the left, hook right elbow outside of the left thigh, palms press. And perhaps open the arms. Hands come back together. Release the twist, come to center, stay in the squat. Breath in. Exhale, twist to the right. Hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Again, palms press. And then option to open the arms. Hands come together at your heart. Inhale, release the twist, come back to center. Sit down a little bit lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, release your arms by your sides. Pause. Integrate this work into your body. Feel what you feel. Don't try and fix your hair, fix your clothes or anything. Just be in this space, totally present. Feeling the energy within your body. Let's vinyasa. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive forward, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. Look forward, shift forward, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Now bring the knees to the floor, take the knees wide. Big toe edges touch, sink your hips back to your heels, let your forehead rest on the mat. And come back to your breath. Now walk your hands over to the right, and as you do that, really reach into your left fingertips. And then walk your hands over to the left and reach into your right hand. Walk your hands back to center and then walk them in towards your body so that you're kneeling. Let's bring the knees and the feet to about hip width distance and come all the way up onto our knees so our bum lifts from our heels. Ustrasana, camel pose. We're playing with half camel today. So we'll take the hands to the back of the hips, fingertips point down, and use your hands to keep the pelvis forward over top of your knees. Now lengthen through the sides of your waist and lift your breastbone straight up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing the low ribs back towards your spine so you've got engagement through the core. And now start to reach your right hand for your right heel. You can find that heel, reach your left arm straight up into the air. Now inhale, lift your upper body. And exhale, reset, hands to the back of the hips. Lift the chest, look up. And left hand starts to find the left heel. And reach your right arm up into the air. Inhale, come on back up. And exhale, release both hands down. Let's now bring the knees together, the feet together, and tuck all 10 toes under. Reach around behind you, make sure even those little baby toes are tucked under, and then sit back onto your heels. We'll open the arms wide, and then sweep the right arm underneath the left arm. Twist the arms together like ropes. Lift your elbows and slide your shoulders down your back. Unravel your arms, come forward. Untuck the toes now so the tops of your feet are resting on the mat. Reach around behind you and with your middle fingers hold the heels together. Sit back onto the heels so they come in between the sits bones and your sits bones kind of keep them together. Now open the arms wide again and sweep left arm underneath the right arm. Twist the arms together, lift the elbows and slide the shoulders down your back. Unravel your arms, come forward. Wriggle at your toes, circle at your ankles. Maybe give your feet a little beating. And then please step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand. Turn the toes out a little if you like, and let the hips sink down and forward. Make sure that the right knee is aligned over top of the heel. And you can either stay here on the hands or the fists, or come down onto your forearms. Feel the right sit bone drop towards the right heel. Now press back up into the palms of your hands. Hands shoulder width apart. Tuck the toes of your left foot under. Lift your hips and send the right leg straight up into the air in a one-legged downward dog. Now bend the right knee, point the kneecap at the sky, and make some giant circles with your right knee. Feel the head of the thigh bone rotating in the hip socket. And do some circles in the opposite direction. And place your right foot down beside your left foot. Wave your body forward to plank. Look forward, shift forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Release the knees back down to the floor and table. And step your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. From here, you might turn the toes out a little or wriggle the foot forward. We want the knee over top of the ankle in this posture. And again, you can either stay here on the hands or come down onto forearms. Press back up into your hands. Now plant the palms. Tuck the toes of your right foot under. Lift your hips. Send the left leg straight up into the air. Bend the left knee open through the hip and make some giant circles with that knee. Do some circles in the opposite direction. And place your left foot down beside the right. Wave forward, plank position. Look forward, shift forward, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Now look forward to your hands and step, walk, or jump to sitting on your bum. Extend both legs out in front of you, legs are straight. Then flex your feet. Zip up the legs. Inhale, sweep both arms up into the air. And exhale, fold forward over the legs, grabbing onto whatever you can. Let the spine round. Inhale, round yourself all the way up. Exhale, bend the right knee and place the right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Let's take the right hand behind us to the center of the mat. Inhale, raise the left arm up. Exhale, hook that arm to the outside of your right thigh and twist to the right. Inhale, release the twist. Let your right ankle rest over top of your left thigh, and then interlace the fingers of your left hand between the toes of your right foot. Hold onto your right ankle with your right hand and circle the ankle with your left hand. Release and give that foot a massage. And switch, extend the right leg out, bend the left knee, and place the sole of the foot to the outside of your right thigh. Take your left arm behind you. Inhale, raise the right arm. Exhale, hook that arm to the outside of your left thigh and twist to the left. Inhale, release the twist. Let the ankle rest over top of the thigh. Interlace your fingers between your toes. Hold on to the ankle and circle that ankle. And release, give the foot a massage. And then release. Extend both legs out in front of you, give the legs a little shake. And then open the legs wide. So you might want to turn to the side on your mat. Wide V shape with the legs. I like to pull the flesh out from underneath my sits bones. Sit up tall, you might sit on a prop to help with that. And then flex the feet so the legs are active. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, walk your hands forward. You might come forward a little or a lot. And this time really focus on, at least for the initial part of the posture, allowing the spine to be long. Take your time easing into it. Then perhaps allow the back to round and let the head hang. No tension in the neck or the jaw. Inhale slowly. Press your hands into the floor, come all the way back up. Extend both legs straight out in front of you and then lie down onto your back on your mat. We'll bend the knees and place the feet flat on the floor. Feet are hip width apart in preparation for bridge pose. Let your arms come down by your sides. And press into the feet, lift your hips up into the air. Walk your shoulders underneath you towards each other and interlace your fingers. Reach the knees away from the hips and lift your chest right up to your chin. Two, come out, release the clasp of your hands. Walk one shoulder out, then the other. Vertebra by vertebra, lower your hips all the way back down to the floor. Pause when you reach the floor. Now hug both of your knees into your chest, maybe rock a bit from side to side. Now extend the legs up into the air with the knees bent. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet with your hands and pull your knees down towards your armpits. Drop your tailbone down towards the floor. Ananda Balasana. And then right here, maybe play a little. So perhaps straighten one leg and then the other. both. So what would feel good in your body right now? What would bring you joy? What would release tension from your body so you can be in a greater sense of peace as we come into Shavasana here in a moment? And then lengthen your legs all the way down. And spread your body wide on your mat. Let your eyes close, arms rest at your sides, palms facing up. Fine tune your comfort. And as you settle in, focus on the breath for a few moments. And let that focus dissipate. No agenda here, nothing to do but be. And I'll leave you here in your Shavasana this week. So if you can, take some more time to integrate. And we'll see you next week as we continue our exploration and making every day sacred. Namaste.